welcome to another exciting episode on the TLC. Last time on the show, we had wonderful guests and we spoke exactly about peer pressure. Today, I'm having another wonderful topic with my guest in-house. I can't wait for you guys to see what I have today. But I'll go on a quick commercial break. And when I come back, you meet my guest. My name is Toby Jolobo. Do not forget to follow us on all our social media platforms at The Leading Circle. Welcome, Aino. Thank you so very much for coming on the show today.
Thank you, Toby.
Okay, I wanted to introduce you, but I was just thinking I should let you do the ons and introduce yourself to the people.
Okay. My name is Aino.
Okay.
I am a digital nomad.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you want to school me, what's digital nomad?
I work and live on the road, which means that I'm always on the move.
Wait.
So over the last 3 years, I have spent my time traveling between West Africa and East Africa.
Wow, fantastic. Yeah. Awesome. Okay, you're late millennial. I think we're both late millennials, right?
Early.
Oh, are you early millennial?
I escaped being Gen Z.
Ooh, okay, all right. So I know today on the show we're talking about the internet. This is something I know has arguably been wonderful to us, but also you know what it is on the other way around. So I wanted to find out, how much did you think you know about the internet currently?
I have lived my entire life on the internet, so I would say that, and I also work on the internet.
Okay.
I am a social media manager half of the time.
Okay.
I also write, yeah. So half of what I do revolves around using the internet. So I would say that I have, a wealth of experience with internet issues.
So I will let you know that, did you know that 4.3 billion people use internet on their phone? And they spend 6 to 10 hours on their phone daily. So are you part of those people right now?
I spend 15 hours on my phone daily.
Okay, so yeah. that says it already.
Yeah.
So what do you do with it?
So my phone generally is like my work tool. It's more effective than my computer because it's cumbersome to carry my computer around.
Okay.
So think of my notes. I mean, as a social media manager, I probably have like, I alternate between like 15 Instagram accounts on my phone.
Whoa,
yeah.
You manage accounts for people.
Yeah.
And you monetize it though.
I mean, that's what I do for a living.
Well, so I know, let me ask you this question. What was the first time you became aware of what the internet can actually do for you?
So when you say internet, I would say that my first experience with the internet was the days of 2Go, right?
Oh,
when we were young and love was fresh.
I remember.
Yeah.
And yeah, mine was Yahoo Messenger. Losing some. Oh, yeah, you just remembered. I would ask the question, did you think the internet has actually been at much more advantage to us than disadvantage?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, I warn my siblings to not spend a lot of time on the internet.
Despite the fact that you do.
Yeah, and I would say that that's because I work, on my phone. So now, when I'm not working on my phone, I actually am not on my phone. So the only thing I do on my phone is work. Okay. And this works for me because I already spend like all of my day on my phone anyway. And most people now spend most of their time on their computers when they're at work. Okay. Now, one of the downsides I would say that exists to the internet these days is that people are not living as they should. For example, you can ask someone, how did you feel all through this week? And they just give you an answer in passing, right? In fact, I'm sure that if you ask 10 people, 8 people are responding to you as they're typing something on their phone.
So that's what I see. So we do less of talking, but we communicate more while we are on the phone. So if I ask you a direct question for myself and you, having this proper sit-down conversation, if we're not probably filming, you probably will be using your phone at the moment while you're responding to me.
Are you asking me?
No, I'm just saying. Because, well, maybe I'm guilty of that, but I know most times when we go, it's an habit now. We really need to pay attention in the sense that sometimes you're talking to friends. We no longer communicate the way we should, but you communicate more while chatting, doing social media than
I think it also helps us escape because there's a level of absent-mindedness to when you're using your phone.
Yes.
So you're reading these messages, but you're also reading a host of other messages.
That's
so you're
true.
just, skimming your way through your day, and the week is over, you've done the same thing for your week. 2 years has gone by, and you've not had any, real-life interactions. Even when you think you have, it's just not enough because you think you're okay because you've spent all that time connecting with people. But there's no real connection because it's all behind your phone screen. Okay. And then, which is why these days there's a lot of, if you're famous online, in quotes, when you step out, there's a lot of people that, try to hug you and act really familiar, oh, I know you, I know you.
Yeah, because they know you through your social media. You make more friends on social media.
But they don't really know you.
That's true.
Yeah, so that's how it is. Like, real life is no longer feeling like real life. I mean, we don't need Facebook to give us all VRs to see that we are now all living,
on the internet. Whoa. All right. I like that. I know some people would not agree with what you're saying because just like you mentioned, early millennials, I would introduce you to the Gen Zs and we have a conversation on what they think about the internet. I'll go on a quick commercial break and when I'm back, we'll meet my new guest. Welcome back, guys. Still on the show on TLC. I know. When did you have your first internet-enabled phone?
It's a very long story. Do you want to hear it?
I'm all ears to listen.
So unfortunately, when I was 12, my father passed away.
Okay.
He was sick for a short while before then. He ensured that we did not have beyond the Nokias that touchlight.
Okay.
So when he was sick, you know how you have to be able to communicate with, it was away from the house, my mother too, so it was just us kids at home. And then when he eventually passed away, I inherited his phone.
Okay.
That was my first phone that had internet access. But it wasn't for long because my mother took his SIM card away. And I think I didn't have a SIM card. I think it was very difficult to get SIM cards.
SIM then, it was so expensive.
Yeah,
I remember.
So I had a phone that had internet access, but I didn't have internet access because I didn't have a SIM card.
Okay.
Yeah. So finally, when I finished secondary school at the age of 14, I then got a SIM card.
SIM card, finally.
Yeah, and then I had internet access.
So 14, it is.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have Gray, and I star in the house. Welcome to TLC.
Thank you.
Thank you.
How old are you, Gray?
I'm 22.
How old are you, Esther?
I'm 19.
19. Okay. So what age did you have your first internet phone, Gray? Why did you have to give me that deep side? I want to know.
Say.
Okay.
Okay, I think I was 9, 10. Yeah, thereabout.
9.
Yes.
What of you, Esther?
I was 13 or 14, can't remember.
13 or 14. Gray, what was the first thing you did with your internet phone?
I don't remember, to be honest.
Okay.
I don't remember.
But what was the reason why you had the internet phone at 9? What class?
I think I was in GS2.
Okay.
Thereabout, yes.
Esther, you were in
I was in SS2.
You were in SS2 when you started, so you were fully aware of what to do with it.
Yes.
But for you, Gray, when you started at 9 and you were already in GS2, 9, fantastic though. Education was quite fast for you.
Oh, guess what? I was in GS1 when I was 9.
When you were 9, you were in GS1.
In fact, I was 8 when I entered. I clocked 9.
Oh, I think but I was in GS1 at 9 because I resumed in January and I did my birthday in March. I was 9 as well. So
I skipped first term. First term started in September.
I skipped first term because, but it's okay. So, Gray, you want to tell me what you did with your phone?
I can't even remember, to be honest. But
okay.
I remember I wanted to just have a phone. So just the excitement of having a phone, telling people I have a phone.
What application did you have on it at that time?
I think I started with games.
Okay, games. On YouTube?
No, you could download games as at then.
Okay, so you had... I played Persia. Who played Persia, yeah?
Prince of Persia.
Prince of Persia, yeah. I played because while I had my first internet phone, I think that was what I was engrossed with, playing Prince of Persia. Very interesting. Okay, Esther, I would ask you, so your first internet phone, what was the first thing you did with it?
So I remember using my dad's phone for Messenger and the rest.
Yahoo Messenger, right?
No, I think it was Facebook.
Oh, Facebook
the
Messenger.
App, yeah.
Okay.
So I remember when I got my phone, the first thing I did was to create an account straight up so
Wow.
that I can have my own access. Exactly, continue those conversations.
With your dad's phone?
No, with my phone.
Okay, with your phone. Okay.
Yeah, the phone I got.
Then you started talking. But did you have a parental control on that phone?
On the phone I got, no.
Okay, so your dad literally came home, bought you the phone. Was it a birthday gift or?
No, it was, I think I passed my exams or something.
And they gave it to you
I was
as a
asking them
gift?
for a phone before that time, so they just gave it to me as a gift for passing.
Gray, you didn't have to do anything before they gave you that phone. I know.
I went to JSS1 from primary 4 and I didn't get a phone.
Okay, so that's what the early millennials, then we have to impress our parents. We have to do something before we can get something. Like, that's a reward.
And the something wasn't a phone for sure. It was like 2
phone was way expensive to just get in. I totally understand what you're saying. Okay, so now let's come to the fact that so far we know social media has been monetized. You earn from managing different accounts. Do you want to tell me which of the social media you earn from the most?
So I don't think there's a way to do that because so I have local clients. Those are clients based in Nigeria.
And you have international clients.
Whoa.
Yeah. I want to earn in dollars, babe.
Yes.
I just want to earn in dollars. Okay.
Yeah, so for the same set of responsibilities, an international client would obviously pay more than a local client. So it revolves around the same set of tasks. Sometimes you have to identify what the brand actually needs. So the brand doesn't come to you with, manage just my Instagram or manage just my Facebook, There are brands that have LinkedIn, there are brands that have blogs where you have to do long copywriting. So it depends on, what the brand needs.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's no metric, so to speak.
It just depends on the client and the account they want you to manage for them.
And the amount of services I'm offering them.
Okay, so but which has paid you so far the most, that's giving you the highest?
My international clients.
Of course, it's in dollars. Sorry about that, but it's in dollars, right? Okay, so I'll come to my social influencer. Gray, so which one pays you more?
Right now.
I know you have TikTok.
Yes, I do.
You have Instagram.
Yeah, majorly.
Okay, and you have Reels.
Yes.
So which one? So where do you earn from the most?
Everywhere, to be honest.
Wow.
Everywhere.
Esther, can you tell me which one you earn from?
So I don't make money off social media for now.
For now, but you're working towards monetizing. How many followers do you have on your social media account?
On Instagram, I have 1,200 something. I'm not really active on there.
So which one do you have the highest followers?
Instagram.
Still Instagram.
Yeah, that's
okay. Do you do TikTok as well?
I just scroll and watch. I learned the dance steps to entertain myself, not for the videos, not to make videos.
Just to entertain yourself. Yes. You dance in front of a mirror.
Yes.
Okay.
Don't we all do that? Don't we all do that?
You have the time to do that.
I know. So you don't join the trend, the TikTok, and do you have to, even for your brand that you manage, do you have to do some TikTok, some Reels for them?
Yeah, I do have to do the TikTok, but do I do the TikToks?
Oh, you don't post the TikToks. So where do you have most of the responses?
So I have a team. I have an agency, actually. So there are people that are delegated to, different tasks. Personally, I do long-form writing and Instagram.
Okay.
So there are people that are delegated to manage TikToks. But the way social media works is there are types of content that are bound to go viral on several types of platforms. Okay. So, for example, what you would sample to work on TikTok would be completely different from what you would sample to work on Twitter, to work on LinkedIn. Okay. So you cannot particularly say that, one is more effective than the other, or one gets you more views than the other, because it's all dependent on, what you're trying to achieve with the platform that you're using. Yeah.
All right, I'll go on a quick commercial break, and when I'm back, I'll still continue to talk to my guest, wonderful guest in the house. Welcome back, guys. Still on TLC. I know we have all spoken about how much the internet has been helpful and useful to us. I also know we've spoken about how we all came about using the internet, but I just wanted to find out what are the downsides of using this internet ever since you started making money of it. I just want to find out.
Okay, I'll highlight two things, right? And the first is that, being on your phone and the internet every time can stop you from establishing real-life connections. So you can find out that you've spent an entire year on your phone and you would not notice because you almost cannot tell that you haven't been, outside in all
the world.
That time.
Yeah.
I think that's why I'm not very, in support of Facebook's VR thing because
that's true.
Yeah, we all already need extra outside connection. I don't think that we need new ways to force us to spend more time on our phones. That's number one. The second challenge I would identify is that, social media puts pressure on you and it sneaks up on you. So you're not, necessarily aware that you're going through what you're going through. I'll use myself as an example.
Okay.
I started working with social media like as far back as I was 15, but at this point it was strictly for advertorial purposes. So I wasn't spending time on Instagram or the kind that exposes you to the lives of people, so to speak. It was just work. So at 19, I started my own freelancing outfit. So this time I'm managing accounts on Instagram. Now, Instagram is a very visual platform, right? People curate their best lives on Instagram. You see the best corners of their rooms. You see the best, aspects of their lives. And the danger of this is that, you look left, you see A's best parts. You look right, you see B's best parts.
It's all best parts.
So now your break time, you're on Instagram. You're peeing, you're on Instagram. You're making dinner, you're on Instagram. You're talking to your family, you're on Instagram. Now, it's been 4 years, and you know how your mind is like a sponge, and it soaks up all these things.
Yeah, it's true.
So somewhere inside of you start to feel like, you're not achieving a lot with your life, or, you're not doing well enough, or you're just generally not good enough. And the danger in this is that you don't even realize where the problem stems from. Because you have to realize that, it comes from me taking up this much information from watching other people live their lives, to get here.
Yeah.
So it actually took me professional help
to
realize that,
professional help.
If you work on your phone for 6-7 years, it's a long time. It's not a problem that I would be able to diagnose by myself.
Wow.
Because I don't even realize, how much.
I didn't know.
Yeah, and that's how it is with everybody. Nobody actually understands, the extent that social media can tune your mind. You know how marketing works? Everything around you is marketing. If you say something now, your phone picks it up.
True.
I promise you that by the time you open your Instagram,
that's all the advert placement you're going to be getting.
Very true.
So think about the fact that everything you see in your life is programmed. You think that you have your own mind and your own
not
individual,
anymore.
But you're not. Because everywhere you go, you're surrounded by things that, your phone has picked up a hint from you, your computer has picked up. So I advise people, like I do, because I travel, I spend times without my phone, without my computer,
You just
I'm literally
shut it off.
Yeah, I am literally hiking somewhere, just away from everything, recalibrating. Because that's the only way that I'm able to come back to source.
Okay.
And, connect with myself, identify how I feel, and say that, okay, for the next 6 months, I'm going to only work on my Instagram. When I'm off work, I am not going to be aimlessly scrolling through social media. So again, I make my money off Instagram and other social media platforms. So I cannot say that, I don't benefit from these platforms. But even now, I am looking for more ways to, diversify what I'm doing because I think I'm generally nearing that point where
you're getting saturated.
Yeah, and I'm also tired of seeing this, overly curated lives on social media. So now I tend to follow people that I can connect with, people that share their real life experiences, skincare guys that show you that it's not 30 days in a month that your skin is good, guys that show you that it's not every day that
makes sense. Okay. It does. That makes sense.
So if you're able to find yourself in spaces that are uplifting and they exist on social media,
of course,
I would ask you to do that. But the bottom line for me is that I think everyone should be aware of the fact that,
there are so many
you can live your life on your
downsides.
phone. And you wouldn't realize it.
Makes sense. Thank you, I know. I want to go to you, Gray. Let me ask the question. Have you been trolled before on the internet?
Okay, so when To Go was the main thing.
Yeah, I remember To Go.
I dated Rihanna.
You dated Rihanna on the internet.
Our
Okay.
I dated Rihanna.
No, the same Rihanna. Okay. So I want. Please tell me.
So I dated Rihanna, but the only problem was she kept asking me for her time.
Airtime.
Yeah, she was
Nigerian airtime, right?
I was a young boy.
Oh my God. Okay.
So,
So at when was the point you realized that this is not the real bad girl Riri?
I think I woke up one morning and I was like,
you believe
wait,
that?
why is Rihanna asking me for her time every day? Why is every day? I wasn't even working. Like,
Oh,
bro.
did you even send at all?
Yeah, I mean, not judge her.
Wow. To the Rihanna that you were dating.
Yeah, I mean, I was fighting for the love of my life.
Oh my God. Okay. So Esther, you want to tell me your first downside of the
I think
internet?
I've had my own fair share of the whole.
Even despite the fact that you're not having 20-something million followers.
I mean, you don't need to have that.
Before you're being trolled.
Yeah.
Exactly,
Were you trolled?
Not trolled, but then I've a catfish experience.
I want to hear, please.
So because it's the internet and you don't really know people until you meet them.
True though.
Mm-hmm.
So I met this guy on Instagram.
Okay.
So you know how someone goes like way back to your post and then likes from the very beginning. Yeah, and then
I
he
know,
followed.
just to get your attention.
Thank you. So, and then he followed, and I'm like, who's this uncle? And then I followed back, and then we got talking, and I liked his person, and then we just
How long
had
did you guys talk for?
about 3 months.
That's talking stage, right?
Yes, talking. So we agreed to, meet,
in person.
Yeah, so we set a day for the movie date and all. So I was waiting in the mall.
Oh, you got there before
I got there before him, which is unusual. I don't do that. So. So I got there before him and I sat there and he walked up to me. And I just saw someone walking up to me. And then I'm like, this is not the person I'm expecting.
So this was a situation of what I ordered versus what I got.
Exactly. I'm like, this is not the person this is not the profile picture, this is not the pictures I saw. Exactly, you don't look very familiar.
So what could have gone wrong? Was he using another person's picture?
Yes.
Really? He was impersonating?
Yes. He told me it was his cousin's picture. I'm like, who does that? Like, who uses his...
So all along, he's been the one chatting, but
Yes.
using someone else's picture?
Yeah, so because I liked how our conversations went, he's actually very intellectual. I don't know why
and you are attracted to intelligent people.
Exactly.
That was what I was about to ask.
Of course, it wasn't you.
Not as much as the cousin. I mean, yeah. So I was like, so he came up to me and then we met. And because I liked how our conversations went, that's why I stayed on the date. I was going to leave, but I'm like...
You were going to walk away.
Yeah. So I was like, let me just,
just listen to what he's got to say.
It was nice. Not the same vibe. But
I mean, of course.
Who paid the bills for?
Him, of course, after being a catfish.
Oh, I see.
I mean, even if I had like plans to pay.
At that moment you were...
Yes.
I get you there.
After that, I told him, like, I called him out, like, this is not right.
You still look upset about it.
It was hurtful. It was.
So did you tell him in person or when you got home?
I told him in person and then told him that.
Don't try this again.
Yeah, don't do it to anybody. It's not right.
Exactly.
So when you got home, what did you do?
You cried?
I want to hear the word.
I didn't cry. It was funny after. It was just, I blocked him. No, I didn't block him immediately. I just couldn't, continue
the conversation. You were just disappointed.
Exactly.
Wow.
Just went off. So I just, pushed him aside.
Ooh,
I don't even know if he's still following me, but I don't care.
But has that happened to you before? I know. Have you tried?
Oh no, I'm very old school.
Okay, so you don't do. So you like to meet in person before you try to go on a date with you, because that's like a blind date, yeah?
I don't go on dates. Neither do I meet in person.
How do you know
I don't meet people. Maybe that should have been the first question.
Okay, so she mentioned, I know mentioned the fact that she spent so many of her time on the internet. So this has actually made her distract from people. So now she's just trying to get back to reconnecting with people.
Okay, maybe I didn't say that.
But that's what I think I understand, yeah? And so far, it's been, It's been fine, right?
Is it?
Has it been though?
I mean.
All right. Okay. I think we've all had a wonderful time on the show. Thank you so much, guys, for coming. We've been able to learn a lot. I learned a lot from Minor. I learned from Gray, and I learned from Esther.
I learned from Gray and Esther.
So that's exactly what this platform is for. The platform is for the late millennials, the early millennials to meet with the Gen Z. We all just come here, we banter, we talk, we interact, and we all have a common ground. That's what TLC is for. Thank you once again, guys, for coming.
Thank you for having us.
All right, thank you guys for on the show today. I really appreciate your time. I want you guys to join us same time next time till I come your way again. My name remains Toby Jolobo. And do not forget to follow us on all our social media platforms at The Leading Circle. Till I come your way again, bye.